The year is 1868. The ashes of the Civil War still smolder. From this tumultuous period emerged the 14th Amendment, ratified on July 9, 1868. It sought to solidify the citizenship of formerly enslaved African Americans, a bold repudiation of the Dred Scott decision. The 14th Amendment aimed to redefine American society. Its journey from parchment to practice has been anything but smooth. Its ideals have been tested and contested throughout history, yet its central tenets continue to shape our understanding of citizenship and equality. Its legacy extends far beyond the Civil War. It continues to reverberate in courtrooms and classrooms, reminding us of the ongoing struggle for a just society. The 14th Amendment emerged from the crucible of Reconstruction, a period of profound social and political upheaval. Following the Civil War, the United States faced the daunting challenge of reintegrating the formerly Confederate states and establishing a new order in the South. Central to this effort was the question of how to protect the newly won freedom of formerly enslaved people. The 14th Amendment aimed to answer this question by enshrining the principle of equality into the Constitution. Its most sweeping provision, the Equal Protection Clause, declared that no state shall deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. This seemingly simple phrase carried profound implications, signaling a radical departure from the pre-Civil War era, when slavery and racial discrimination were deeply entrenched. Congress, driven by the radical Republicans who championed civil rights for African Americans, envisioned the 14th Amendment as a tool to dismantle the vestiges of slavery and create a truly egalitarian society. It was during this period that the federal government asserted its authority to protect the fundamental rights of all citizens, regardless of race. The 14th Amendment, however, faced fierce resistance from the outset. White Southerners, clinging to the old order, viewed it as a threat to their way of life and resisted its implementation at every turn. Despite these challenges, the 14th Amendment stood as a beacon of hope for millions of newly freed African Americans, promising them a future of equality and opportunity. The 14th Amendment's opening sentence declares, "All persons born or naturalized in the United States, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside." This seemingly straightforward declaration, known as the Citizenship Clause, has become a focal point of intense debate in recent decades, particularly regarding the issue of birthright citizenship. Birthright citizenship, the principle that any person born on U.S. soil is automatically granted American citizenship, is rooted in the 14th Amendment's Citizenship Clause. This principle, enshrined in American law for over a century, has been increasingly challenged in recent years, particularly in the context of immigration. Opponents of birthright citizenship argue that the 14th Amendment was never intended to grant automatic citizenship to the children of undocumented immigrants. They contend that the phrase, "subject to the jurisdiction thereof," implies limitations on birthright citizenship, excluding those who are not legally present in the United States. This debate over birthright citizenship reflects broader anxieties about immigration, national identity, and the changing demographics of the United States. It raises fundamental questions about who belongs in American society and what it means to be a citizen. Section 4. Subject to the jurisdiction thereof, a phrase ripe for debate. The phrase "subject to the jurisdiction thereof" lies at the heart of the debate over birthright citizenship. This seemingly innocuous phrase, tucked within the 14th Amendment's Citizenship Clause, has become a battleground for opposing interpretations of the amendment's original intent and its application in the 21st century. Proponents of a more expansive view of birthright citizenship argue that the phrase "subject to the jurisdiction thereof" refers to those who are subject to the laws of the United States, regardless of their immigration status. They point to the historical context of the 14th Amendment, which was crafted in the aftermath of the Civil War to ensure citizenship for formerly enslaved African Americans. Opponents, however, offer a narrower interpretation. They argue that the phrase "subject to the jurisdiction thereof" implies a more limited scope, excluding those who are not legally present in the United States. They contend that the framers of the 14th Amendment never intended to grant automatic citizenship to the children of undocumented immigrants. This debate over the meaning of "subject to the jurisdiction thereof" highlights the challenges of interpreting a document written over 150 years ago in a vastly different social and political context. It underscores the complexities of applying constitutional principles to contemporary issues and the enduring power of the 14th Amendment to shape national conversations about citizenship and belonging. Section 5. Birth tourism and anchor babies. Fueling the fire of controversy. The debate over birthright citizenship is further inflamed by concerns over birth tourism and anchor babies. These terms, often used pejoratively, refer to the practice of pregnant women traveling to the United States with the specific intention of giving birth on U.S. soil to secure American citizenship for their children. Critics of birth tourism argue that it exploits the 14th Amendment's guarantee of birthright citizenship, undermining the integrity of American citizenship and placing undue burdens on taxpayers. They point to instances of organized efforts to facilitate birth tourism, with businesses catering to expectant mothers seeking American citizenship for their children. The term "anchor baby" is particularly controversial, often used to suggest that children born to undocumented immigrants are used as a means to gain a foothold in the United States and eventually secure legal status for their parents. This term is seen by many as dehumanizing and inflammatory, fueling anti-immigrant sentiment. The issues of birth tourism and anchor babies tap into deep-seated anxieties about the perceived costs of illegal immigration, national security, and the preservation of American identity. These concerns, while complex and multifaceted, often overshadow the nuances of the birthright citizenship debate, leading to simplistic and often inflammatory rhetoric.